Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Welcome to our Tarot and Oracle weekend prep. If you are not familiar with me, my name is Jackie Mancuso. I have been on Insight Timer for a few years doing a bunch of astrology, and then I would blend my oracle cards with astrology, and now I'm trying something new. So this is new for me this week, just doing card readings. So, Teresa, good morning. It's been so long, Miss T. Heather says, good morning, Jackie. I'm having a cough, so I'm finally taking my first day off. Awesome. You take that break. Why don't you do your own art? Karen A, hello, dear Jackie. Happy Friday. Allison, hi. Allison's listening in. So the way that I am going to structure this reading is that I am going to pull a tarot card first to get the flavor of specifically this upcoming weekend. So the tarot card will give us the flavor of the reading. It's going to give us the direction I want to take the oracle reading in. And then I will intuit which deck to use. And then we'll pull 3 oracle cards to see how they relate to the tarot card. And this is all fun. Again, this is all brand new, so I'm just kind of winging it. We did this for the first time on Monday, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty cool. Monday is available on my YouTube channel, so you can search Jackie Mancuso on YouTube. And it also is already approved as a track on Insight Timer. So I'm planning on putting these card readings as tracks on Insight Timer also. So know that. Sometimes they can find you randomly, and sometimes you can go back and find them if you want to remember what we talked about. I'm going to say this also for my dedicated followers. Just this past Monday, I started also streaming on YouTube Live as I'm here on Insight Timer. And I think that changed the way that my videos are being saved because someone reached out to me and they were like, hey, Jackie, I can't see your videos in the normal place where they are. So I was live Monday and Wednesday. And if you are one who usually watches the video replays, just know that they're there on my YouTube channel. They're under the live tab. But today I am recording separate, so I might try to actually post this video afterwards. I'm going to play with things. So if there's like copies of videos out there, please bear with me. So we're going to start with this tarot card. We're going to use the Light Seers tarot deck. This has been my favorite deck for quite some time. And I would like you guys to send your energy into the deck that is in my hand. And let's ask which direction this oracle card reading can go in order to serve our highest good. And if there's a specific area of your life that you are looking for guidance on right now, go ahead and bring that to mind. If you have a specific question, go ahead and feel that question deep in your heart while you send your energy into these cards. Good morning, Deborah. Whoa, I had a card explosion. Let's see which direction our higher self would like us to take this reading. We got 2 cards again. All right, so the first card that came out is the 2 of Swords. This is, I always think Moon and Libra when I see this card because I know that that's the astrology correlation. But the two of Swords has to do with making a decision without knowing the full picture. Making a decision with trusting your inner knowing and your inner guidance. In this card, this lady's eyes are covered, and these crows are flying all around her, trying to move the energy, trying to make something happen. So this card is about trusting your instincts. I just wanted to see if anything else came up. There was nothing. And then the second card that came up is the Page of Cups. This is the hopeless romantic type of card. On the top of the card, you can see This is when pigs fly. The Page of Cups is in love with the idea of love. The Page of Cups wants so many fresh new beginnings when it comes to love and emotions. So I feel like this is leading us in the direction of Two of Swords, making a decision without knowing the full picture in the way that you approach something that you are infatuated with. And this doesn't need to be a person, this could be an idea. This could be something from your intuition that has come up recently, this Page of Cups. So our oracle reading today is going to help guide us to make a heart-informed decision, a soul-informed decision in regards to this. The word is on the tip of my tongue. This Page of Cups is giving me the energy of like having the rose-colored glasses on. You see a situation in a way that you just want it to work out the exact way that you want it to work out. This infatuation is coming up. I'm using a lot of words because I'm trying to formulate my question right now. So how can we listen to our inner knowing to follow this infatuated inspiration that we're feeling? How does that feel to you guys? And I'm going to type that in the chat so I can see it. How can we listen to our inner knowing in order to make a decision? Let me know in the chat if this is resonating with you guys or not, because maybe these words aren't perfect yet. How do we trust our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? What about that one? How do we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? I like that. We're going to go with that. Let me pop it over here. Hey. So now let me take a look at my oracle decks. Tam, you're not late. We just got the oracle or the tarot message that's going to lead our oracle reading. So how can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? Inner knowing. Yeah. Hi, Bonnie. So I'm feeling guided to read from the Healing Spirits Oracle. I feel like this deck really gives us messages that are within. So with this question, how can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? What is that extreme epitome rose-colored glasses reality that you desire right now? What is happening in your life that you wish would have a monumental outcome that no one could ever dream of? What is that? And where might you be holding yourself back because your conscious mind is like, you got to take these steps. You can't just have it. That'd be too difficult. So feel free to send your energy into the cards that are in my hand. And we're asking, how can we listen to our inner knowing to create that reality? Because your inner knowing will always tell you the right thing. It's our conscious mind sometimes that gets in our way. So I will allow 3 cards to fall out of the deck for us as I shuffle. And the whole reading is going to be for everybody. However, here on the live, I like to give you guys an opportunity to see the backs of the 3 cards, to play with your intuition and see if any of the cards are speaking louder to you. Good morning, Suzanne. I just made a cup for a friend with flying pigs on it. She loves pigs. Oh, so interesting. Teresa, the cards do want to fly today. Yes, and they did again. Too many are coming out. There's too much guidance around how to listen to our inner knowing, I guess. Happy Friday, Christine. I love all the orange themes with the sunrise, orange heart. The kitty cat. Okay, how can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? You just need one more card. Thank you. All right, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. I'm only going to do it one time because I want to get these moving today. So I'll show you the backs of the cards and then let us know in the chat if any of the cards pull you any stronger. We got 3 cards. Here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. How can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? Let us know in the chat which cards are pulling towards you. If there's no cards pulling towards you, the whole reading just holds an equal amount of importance. However, if one of those 3 cards was like, yeah, that feels a little different, that might be that card holds the key to what you need to know right now. Tam, this deck is the Healing Spirits Oracle. And part of me wants to read, there's a message on the inside of the deck box. It says, to all who use these cards, reach out with your heart and mind to the highest and best in the spirit world. Ask them to bless and give healing to all readings you give to yourself and others on the path. Cool. So let's see. Deborah, 3 with an exclamation point. Julie, 1. Karen, A, 2. Jasmine's feeling 1 today. Karen, 1. Teresa, all. Bonnie, all. Janelle, all. Kelly, 3. Allison, 1 and 3. Suzanne, 3. Nicole, 2. These cards look like the Northern Lights, which were out in full force last night. That's awesome. Michelle, my bell, saw them too. Love it. Last 2 nights. Cool. Christine, all 3. Bonnie thought the same about the Northern Lights. Cool. Michelle, my bell, card 1. Cynthia, 2. Hello, Lori. Just joining. We're asking, how can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? Card number 1 is card number 45, and the message says, speak your truth with passion. You have learned many lessons thus far on your journey, and it's an interesting moment when you sense that you know something more than you thought you did. When that sense of awakening springs from deep inside you, it is time to share it with others. Guardian spirits are telling you to believe in yourself and speak out, trusting that you are connected to the higher powers of the universe. There is only one truth, and when you are truly connected to Source, this is what you will speak. Remember, when you share your experiences with others, you will learn more about your true purpose too. You got to share. You got to speak up. Our inner knowing knows something. And our inner knowing is always going to nudge us in the direction of our dream reality where pigs fly. But if you let your conscious mind come in and tell you that you are crazy for thinking what you're thinking, or your conscious mind tells you that you're going to be judged for saying what you want to say or expressing what you want to express, you're going to limit the dream reality that your inner self is trying to pull you towards. I also came across a post on social media yesterday that I adored, and that came to mind as I was reading this as well. The opposite of depression is not joy, it is expression. Depression, expression. So if you are feeling down, depressed, you have to express, let it out. And that could be through your words, that could be through writing, that could be through poetry, through music, through dance, through art, through whatever, through gardening, through cooking, just being. So express what you know, because there are things that you know that other people have not got to yet. So of course they're going to make you think that you're crazy, because I'm sure there have been times where people have gotten somewhere that you haven't gotten yet, and you're not able to comprehend it. Don't hold yourself back. If you know something, you know it. Let it out. Diane says they all had a glow, but one was a little brighter for you. Awesome, awesome. Jasmine, so true. I had to do this with my boss this week. Interesting. I hope it turned out in your favor. Michelle Mybell says, yes, express yourself. If you need some help with feeling ready to express, I make these fun little astrology playlists on Spotify, and they're turning a little bit more woo-woo because I'm listening to more woo-woo music, but most of the songs on the playlist are like regular radio hits that you would know. And the Leo season playlist is all about self-expression and creativity and just being comfortable in your own skin. So if you are lacking that and you want to feel more comfortable with self-expression, head into my Linktree. The Libra season playlist is highlighted right now, but then you can get into my profile. You can just search Jackie Mancuso Leo season playlist, and it should come up. It should come up. June felt card 1 in my throat area. Interesting. Michelle found some cool ecstatic dance playlists on Spotify. Very, very cool. Insight Timer is taking off the comments that say Spotify. If you want anything I ever talk about, go to my Insight Timer profile, click on my Linktree, and then you'll find a link somewhere. I try to keep it pretty thinned out, and I try to make it pretty easy to follow. Right. How else can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? Card number 2 is card number 9. And the message is heal yourself to heal the world. A heart that is filled with kindness can sometimes want to take on too much. The world is a big place for one person to heal. So it is best to heal your own world first, and then you will see the bigger things that concern you from a higher perspective. Spirit healers and helpers are always working to heal the world that we live in, and they are proud of you for reaching this point in your development, where your compassion for others has grown so much. But now you must work with them and not on your own. Bigger problems require teamwork, and they are your team now. Your inner knowing, guys. I love this card. Your inner knowing knows exactly where you need to heal. And it has this really cool way of showing you where you need to heal through the people around you, through the world around you. So whatever feelings are being triggered in you that you imagine this other person must be feeling if they're going through this situation, look to yourself. Go within. I mean, especially right now, if you're watching this live right now, we're in deep retrograde season. Today, Pluto is stationing direct. I don't know off the top of my head if that has happened yet, but regardless, even when Pluto does station direct, we still have 5 outer planets retrograde. This is a deep time to go within. Using your external world as a mirror is one of the most spiritual things that you can do. So instead of feeling like your worth is tied into making everyone else's life better, use them as an example and say, when have I felt that way? Have I fully healed that in myself? Have I held myself and nourished myself for when I did feel that way? It's not selfish, because the more healed that you are, the brighter your light is. And that's often all other people ever need in order to be triggered to heal themselves. Lillian says, thank you. Karen A. loves this. Lillian, what if the world, my coworkers, don't want and are resistant to the healing? Exactly, because they're not here for you to fix. Your job is not to fix anyone. What if the world doesn't want or are resistant to the healing? They're not your job. They are mirrors. I'm trying to think of a different way to say that. You have created everything in this reality. You are the universe. You created it. Not your personality, not your name, not your ego meat suit, your soul. You created all of this. So you created all of these situations. You created your job. You created your coworkers. You created the news. You created the world events. You created the natural disasters. You created all of it so that you could watch this movie and have things come up within yourself, because it's your soul journey to heal these things within you. Card number 2 is telling us that if we continue to place our power outside of us, well, I'm going to heal that person. How are you going to create your dream reality? You get to heal yourself. Your job here is to become your most joyous and healed self. Because by doing that, you will serve as an example to empower other people to heal themselves, because we all have this power. There was a video of Bashar that I came across the other day as well. Bashar, if you're not familiar, he is he's channeled through a guy who sits on stage. And the message was, healers don't actually heal people. Healers don't do anything. Not anything. Healers are not inflicting the energy of another person. What healers do is they attune their vibration to the highest that they are able to. They offer a vibration off to the person being healed, and it's up to the recipient to accept that vibration, pull it in, heal themselves. Empowerment, guys. Empowerment. Empower yourselves to empower the world. Tam, thank you for this message. You're so welcome. Julie, what people think of me is none of my business. That's how I view it. I get this. Karen, I get this, Jackie. It's a reflection of ourselves. June, it could be painful as we realize this. Lots of grief for me as I unravel this. I love you. Love yourself. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure you've helped a lot of people through grief. Now you get to help yourself. Look at all those skills that you built from helping other people. Now use them on yourself. Lillian, it is difficult to stay the course and stay positive and productive and hopeful when I feel as if my work has not made an impact. I find that I'm tuning into a lower vibration throughout all areas in my life. Lillian, what I'm sensing from you is that you're looking outside of yourself for validation that you're doing a good job. So there's another reason to go within, because if you put all of that care and attention onto yourself, you don't need anyone to tell you that you're doing a good job, because you're going to become a happier, more joyous person for yourself. Does that make sense? What does card number 3 have to say about how we can listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly? Card number 3 is card number 36. It isn't about being right. It's about doing the right thing. This kind of feels like a piggyback on card number 2, huh? Sometimes it's better to stay silent than to let others see that you have all the answers. There are times when you need to pause for consideration rather than act for the sake of it because it is expected of you. The truly wise spirit masters know when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when not to act. They are our greatest examples of how to behave in moments of uncertainty. Remember that wisdom comes from experience, not brashness. And being spiritual sometimes just means being. When dealing with people who are awkward, simply remember to be kind, as kindness is above right or wrong. It isn't about being right, it's about doing the right thing. I'm feeling a sense of maturity coming through this card. I'm feeling a sense of not having to prove yourself, not having to prove that you are smart, that you know the right outcome for that person, for that group of people. Good job. You know what to do? Have you done it for yourself? I get this sense. So the question is, how can we listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality when pigs fly? But sometimes our inner knowing is that ego voice that's saying, like, you know what to do. You got to tell them that they need to do this in order to change themselves. So I guess this reading can be in a progression, right? I feel like these are like steps 1, 2, 3. You first have to start expressing yourself and not in the way of telling other people how they need to live their lives, right? If you have a truth, start speaking the truth in a more open way, in a universal truth way, not saying like, you need to do this. If this is what you choose to do, this will probably be your outcome. You get what I'm saying? You know something inside, it's true for you, express it out. Take a look at everything that you see in the world, all the pain and suffering that you see in the world, and what is this showing me about myself? All of this compassion that I feel for these people that are without XYZ, how can I turn that compassion into myself and heal myself? By doing that, you'll gain this deeper sense of knowing when someone is complaining about their life, when someone is doing something where you know that you know the answer to their problem. The more you focus on healing yourself and empowering yourself, the more trust you'll have that other people are going to figure it out for themselves. And it's not on your shoulders to solve other people's problems. And if that is not the most freeing thing in the world, my gosh, you are your responsibility. What I got from this whole reading is turn it in on yourself. Anything that you feel like needs to be fixed in other people, any of these problems that you're like, God, this needs to happen out there for them, bring it in. Bring it in. Sonia says, thank you. June with the magic wand. Deborah, oi. Karen, copy that. Teresa, lead by example. Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing up lead by example. Do you like being told what to do when you're not asking for it? Okay, there's a difference when you invite the advice in. When you are truly in a place where you're like, man, I don't know what to do, you're going to go seek someone out and you're going to ask for advice and then you're going to be open to what they have to say, right? But if you're just going among your happy daily life and you think you're doing fine because you're in your reality and you're doing the best that you can, and someone comes in and they're like, you really should be doing this in your life. If you worked longer hours, you wouldn't have the financial problems that you have. And you're like, wait a second, I don't care. I'm fine. Maybe I'm just complaining about not having money because I want to have conversation with people. I'm not looking for you to solve my problems. Does that feel good to you to have someone infringe on your free will and tell you how you should be living your life? Does it feel good to have someone swoop in and say, if you did this, then your life would be better? It doesn't feel good. So why would you do that to other people? Why would you think that doing that to other people would be helpful and beneficial to them? If you see it in other people, it's because it exists inside of you. I'm speaking from personal experience. I've been in places, right? It comes from love and compassion. Oh my gosh, I can see that you're struggling. Let me give you everything that I have to help you because I want you to be helped. Holy shit. The other day I went through, I was trying to back up my computer because I was going to trade in my laptop. And I was making sure that I had all my files, and I came across my Paul folder. That's my husband, came across the Paul folder, and I was like, oh, what's in here? And they were all letters that I had typed to him throughout our relationship because I used to love typing letters. And the whole, like when we first met, my whole reality was, man, this guy is such a great guy, but he's so in his head and he's so nervous and anxious about life. And he's so upset and like he's aware of it. Okay, cool. He's aware of it. That means I can come in and swoop in and save him. And all of the letters in the beginning of the relationship were like, and I'm just here to help you. And all I want to do is help you get better and help you, help you, help you, help you. I was thinking 100% about that guy. I was an afterthought. I was a back thought in my own mind, right? So I've seen this transition within myself where I have been the helper, the savior, the rescuer. I have all the tools to help you. And I mean, I do. I know exactly what you guys need from my experience. I'm not living your life. So I've changed my structure. And now I come on here and I offer advice, but I offer advice to people who freely want to come in and join and listen to me. I'm here just speaking my truth with passion. I've learned some things from my experience. I'm going to share it. If you want to take it, cool. If not, cool. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour. And the more that I stop telling people what they need to do if they're upset, sometimes people just want to vent. Sometimes people aren't looking for answers. It feels good to spend more time on myself. It's not every time I hear someone complain about their world, I'm like, oh, how is that impacting me? You know, sometimes it'll trigger it and it'll be big. And then I'm like, maybe I should sit with that inside myself. But it really feels good to know that just holding the space to allow someone else to express their truth is healing. Just being heals other people. I'm not trying. I'm not offering advice. I'm just kind of listening. Oh, wow. That's how you feel? Interesting. Tell me more. I'm curious. Let me hear you. Let me hear you talk about what you're talking about. You know how incredibly healing that is? You don't have to try. You get to try on yourself. Wow, that was a passionate rant. I guess I'm taking the advice of card number 1. I'm speaking my truth with passion. Lillian, perhaps in other words, find and express your voice through creative means, and then you'll find the joy in your niche and community. Yes, 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 yes. Just start putting it out. And the more authentically you put out your joy, your expression, without waiting, like without the expectation of becoming rich or popular or all those things, just express it. This is what I have in me. Poof, here it is. Then your people will come to you. Yes. Hannah, yesterday in my chakra healing, she said to stay in your lane and that you can't save anyone but yourself. And this reading feels relevant. Trying to save other people is looking for validation outside of yourself. And if I don't know a thing or two about that, guys, my last relationship, I remember saying, I just want him to say thank you for everything I've done for him. Like, that's what I was waiting for. I had all the answers for not Paul, my husband, the one before that, when I was a little bit more immature. It's so fun to watch the progression. I remember being in therapy and being like, but I just really want to make sure that he's aware of all these things that I've done for him. Let it go, Jackie. Are you doing it for you? Karen, yes. Karen A, nope. I don't know what you guys were talking about, but that's hilarious. Alice, you spot it, you got it. Yes. And this goes for the positive qualities as well. You're only able to see in others what you hold inside yourself. Because if it didn't exist inside yourself, you wouldn't be able to physically see it. Melinda, what about helping animals? Give me more details on your question. Hannah, I relate a lot with the people pleasing to gain validation. Yes. Yes. People pleasing to gain the validation, to receive the external validation. I don't want to say that anything is good or bad, right? Is external validation bad? If you are unconsciously relying on it, I would say that it could be a hindrance, because I'm catching myself. There are times where I do need external validation and I clearly ask for it. Hey, can you let me know I'm not crazy in this? There's a difference when you're aware of what you're doing. Yeah. Knowledge is power. Awareness is power. Awareness is actually a wonderful book by Anthony DeMello. Just saying. Karen A., I am doing this now as I received my Reiki certification. I am putting out, I am available without expectation. I am here if you need. I love that, Karen. If it is aligned with you, it's going to flourish. If it's not, then it won't, and that's okay. Yeah. Melinda, so you said, what about helping animals? Worry about them too much. So trying to heal them. That is touchy subject, because I know that animals can be a little bit more vulnerable than humans, especially because they can't communicate their needs. They can't tell us what they're feeling. I have a track on Insight Timer. I am reading a channeled message from Archangel Metatron. I didn't do the channeling. I'm just reading a transcript, but it's a channeled message from Archangel Metatron talking about the role of cats and dogs specifically in this 3D reality. So if you want to listen to it, it's pretty long. And I'm pretty sure I mispronounce a lot of words on that thing, but it's essentially saying how cats and dogs and animals are here just as these little balls of love that are here to guide us and to serve as an example for us as well. It really gave the energy of like, they don't need us, but they're here to serve as this example for us to feel like something needs us. That's what I remember. I must have recorded this thing 1.5 years, 2 years ago. But are you able to trust that everything always works out? Because everything will always work out how it is meant to. We all sign soul contracts before we get here. Be that us, be that the animals, be that the children, be that our parents, our siblings, our friends, our whatever. We all sign soul contracts, and we can't always be saved from hard times, because sometimes we signed up for these terrible hard times in order to get us to places that we need to go. So that's what I have to say about the animals. Deborah, yes, Anthony DeMello. So good. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. How we can listen to our inner knowing in order to create the reality where pigs fly. Express yourself, your truth, in a way that feels good for you. Look to the traumas that you see around you and ask yourself how those are present within yourself, and give the loving and compassion and healing to yourself. And know that it's not always your place to step in and heal other people. Sometimes that healing is for you. And by focusing on yourself, you'll get to create the dream reality that you desire. Crazy, right? I love the sarcasm. I don't mean to be bratty that way. I've always been a sarcastic person. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your support. Oh, if you guys have enjoyed today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. You can donate right here on Insight Timer, or in my link tree. I also have links to my PayPal and Venmo. I'm also specifically raising money right now so that I can get myself an RV, so I can go travel around the country and be a traveling little woo-woo fairy girl. I still don't know how to define what I do, but I just want to help people. And if I have a mobile home, a motor home, I can go do that literally anywhere. Right? If what I'm teaching is all you have to do is be, and you can heal, imagine if I could heal more than just Chicagoland. That'd be cool. And I would appreciate if you guys can help me do that, because community is great. Anyone who does offer a donation today, I'm going to do a book dive for you guys. So I'm going to hop into this book, grab a couple sentences that are meant for you, and send them your way. So when you do send a donation, feel free to intuit an area of life that you are curious about, and I'll send that over. I will be back on Monday. On Monday, we're going to talk about a lot of astrology. I've been trying to do this new flow where Wednesdays is all astrology, Monday, Friday is cards, but I'm traveling on Wednesday. So we're going to do astrology on Monday. I'm going to talk about a week and a half of astrology. We're going to do astrology and cards on Monday at 8:15 Central Time. No Wednesday next week, but then Friday, I'll be back at 9 o'clock, same time as today, for just cards. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Sending love to all. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.